Hi there and welcome to this physical science course for 2017. My name is Pieter Rousseau. I'm owner and headmaster of Elroi Academy, but I'm also your physical science teacher for this course. If you do want to get in contact with me, you can contact me via my email, which is peter@elroiacademy.org, or you can contact me through the inbox. So you simply click on the inbox, select compose a new message, select the course from which you are sending it, physical science course, start typing my name, Peter, and that should bring up my name, and then the subject of the question that you are going to ask, or whatever you want to communicate. Then the bulk of your body, or the body of your text, and then I should respond if you email me within the consultation times, which I'll give you now. Here's the consultation times. Then I should be able to respond immediately. Usually a maximum of about an hour in between my responses, but usually I respond immediately if you email me within these times. So notice from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. and from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Those are the times that I will be able to respond. Textbook, there's no textbook required for this course. Everything is online. SBA tasks, this is very important because for Elroi Academy, if you do not submit your SBA tasks, you do not get registered for the final exam. And so here's your SBA tasks. There are the task date submissions. Some of them, like the exams, still need to be confirmed, but as we get those dates, we'll put it on here. But here you can see the first chemistry investigation is due on the 20th of March. We'll be a little bit gracious in term 1, since many students start only in February, some even as late as March, and as a result they cannot catch up by this date, but we would expect them from term 2. From term 2, everyone that does not submit assignments on time will be deregistered from the exam. Doesn't mean you're deregistered from the course, it just means you'll only write exam in the following year. On the rest of this page, you should see a list of exercises that is due already. So you see up to Monday, January the 16th, we have these topics all that is due, and today would be naming compounds. And so I wouldn't recommend that you work from here, but I do recommend that you use this, and I'll show you just now why. You'll notice the coding here. Last week Wednesday was due electron configuration, and with a code that starts with a 2. That means this is paper 2. When it starts with a 1, it's in paper 1. So I'm going to go to modules now, because that's where you will usually work from. So you'll go to modules, and you'll notice that concurrently this is actually 2 courses in one. It's both physics and physical science, as well as chemistry, that's running at the same time. The first thing, however, that you have to do is you please have to edit your profile, put in past information, and read how to use this course. Please edit your profile by going to accounts and changing your name or your email address that appears as the default name to your name and surname. That way, at least when you communicate with me, I know what your name is, and you're not called wildbeast1114@gmail.com. So rather just change that to have your name. Past information is just information related to your past experience with physical science and how to use this course, some practical advice on how to use this course. Then you'll notice that the first module is then unlocked, so you can start with the first module right here. But what I do want to show you is that you can close these modules when you're finished with them by just clicking on there. Then at least they don't take up space on your page. And you can immediately start by going to the first topic here at the top, which would be your lesson. So if you click on that, it will open a new page that will be your lessons page. On here you'll have a little video you can watch. Usually it's a lesson, some notes. In this case it's only notes. So you can take note of the notes and then simply click on next. That will take you to the next lesson. So next up is again another lesson, again a video you can watch. Just click on it and watch it, and this is converting metric units, how to convert metric units. And then finally here's an example. So here's a generic way of doing it, and then there's specific example videos. Then there's more how to convert, for example, units of time, and then converting kilometers per hour to meters per second, very important. And then an example, another example, and then you can just click next. When you click on next this time, instead of taking you to another lesson, it takes you to the exercise. You'll simply click on continue, and once you've done that, it takes you to the exercise. Now you'll notice if we go to modules, in this exercise you have to score at least 10 for this exercise. It counts 10, meaning you have to get full marks. You'll notice that whenever there's a precondition, there'll be a little dot on the side that again tells you what you must be able to do. You must score at least 10 in order to get it ticked. If you do not score at least 10, then the next module that will be reliant on this, the topic test, will remain locked. So you see, the topic test you can't access, because in order to access it, you need to first complete this module. There's the prerequisite, the introductory module. So that, and that needs to be ticked. Okay, so you'll basically simply go on there and then do the questions, and this is what we have. So here's how the questions work. Convert 442.6 centimeters into the SI unit. Okay, the SI unit you now learned is the meters. It's just meters. So to convert that into meters is 100 centimeters is, so this is 4.4262 meters. Let's see if I got it correct. Yes, I got it correct. If you didn't know how to do it, you can just click on there. There's a video that will explain to you how to convert SI units. Okay, if you watch the examples in the previous page, you would have that would be what you're doing here. And then the next question, let's see what convert 812.29 decameters to the SI unit meters. Let's say you didn't know how to do that. You said 1229, you submit it. Oh, it's wrong. Then you get to see the answer, what the answer should have been, and if you correct it now, 1812.9, remember we must have full marks. You can correct it and submit it, but you only get half the marks. Why? Well, of course the answer is given. I'm not going to give you full marks if the answer is actually given right here. So you won't get the full marks. If you want the full marks, you must click on try another similar question. So you click on that, and then once you do that, you'll see it gives you a new question for this example, 841.94 deciampere to SI units, and now you'll have to convert that. And so you'll see it gets slightly more difficult here in the end, where you have to convert speeds, which is a little bit more complex, not so easy. But anyways, this is you have to get 10 out of 10 for this. And once you've finished, you can again click on next, and that will automatically give you a grade. A grade just means you've completed one assignment and that you've not seen, and you can go and view your grades there. But this basically takes you to the next lesson. However, when you study physical science, I don't suggest you use the next method. In other words, just clicking on next and going through the course, because concurrently at the same time we have both physical science as well as chemistry running. So you'll notice here that for let's say it's the 13th of January, then or let's say the 14th of January, then I had due everything up to the 13th. But if you go down, you'll notice that there is a little bit lower down, electric circuits, not there, lower down to paper 2. Here we go, paper 2. As soon as you finished the introductory module here, in other words the one that was due on January the 11th, this module will also unlock. So you have to do the introductory module, and then this module will unlock. So please take note of that there's already chemistry due. Even though it's low down in the course, it's already due, and so from this module onwards is all the chemistry. So on the 11th of January you should work through these 3 topics, and do that exercise, and then you can look at the periodic table, and then by the 16th of January, which is the following Monday, you should have worked through these exercises as well and do that, or not, these lessons I mean, and then do the naming compounds. Now if you go on even further down on the course, you'll also notice the next very important thing. You'll notice the tasks. Task 1 is a chemistry experiment. Task 2, a formal assessment, a control test. Task 4, a mid-year exam. Task 5, an electricity experiment. Task 6, the prelim exam. And then another module with past papers. But what I do want to show you here is that the chemistry experiment is due on the 20th of March. In order to be able to access it, you first have to do topic test 2.2. So if we go up to topic test 2.2, topic test 2.3, topic test 2.2. I first have to finish this topic test 2.2. It's due the 10th of March, and as soon as I've finished it, it will unlock this module with the task 1, so that you can submit it 10 days later. That's an experiment, so you need some time to do it. So please don't wait till the 20th of March to do it. Do it as soon as it's unlocked, so that you have 10 days to complete the task. Okay, all formal assessments count towards these tasks counts towards your final mark, and once again, if you do not complete them, then you will not write the final exam. So that's basically how the course works. It's not very difficult. You can explore, but if at any point you have any questions, please don't hesitate to communicate with me. I will often communicate with you using announcements. On announcements, I'll try and send weekly updates on what you can expect this week. I'll also try and motivate you by encouraging the students that has worked the hardest and is doing the best in the course. I'll also use discussion sometimes to create discussions where we can talk about the formal assessments, on ideas, on help topics or help resources. Then on grades is when you're we've already looked at that. When you do assignments, they'll have grades here. When even when there's announcements and discussions, it will have little indications here that you have one announcement or discussion that you haven't read. Grades would do the same, and that's especially important if you want to see your marks for formal assessments. When you've submitted formal assessments, people would be all the people on the course that you can see who else is on the course. Conference is if I present an online lesson, a video streamed lesson. Collaborations is if we were to do a group assignment, which we very seldom do in this subject. But nevertheless, thank you very much for watching. I sincerely hope you will work hard this year and attain the marks that you are working towards. But in order to do that, there's two very important things that you need to do. First of all, you have to work consistently. If I take you to the calendar, you'll notice that for almost every day, you will have assignments. And even when there's no assignment, doesn't mean you should only do motion equations on that day. You have to roughly do about 26 points of work every day. And so if that one is 3 days apart, it just means that it is such a big assignment that it would take 3 days to do it. So don't just do the assignments on the days they are due. Do them in advance so that it's done before they are due. If you get stuck or you get tired and it's not due that day, yes, then leave it and go on the next day. But my suggestion is that you do work every day at least an hour on physical science. Then so my first point just being is you don't have time to take breaks. You can take breaks in the holidays if you're up to date. So the holiday is in March, and you'll notice that end of March that there are no due dates. Actually, from about the 21st, there are no due dates for 4 weeks. Okay, so if you're behind, then you need to catch up in that time. If you're up to date, you have a 4-week break, and you can either work ahead or you can do some additional studies or work on other subjects if you have other subjects. But my suggestion is that you stay up to date so that in the breaks you can take breaks. You don't have time in between to take other breaks. Then the second most important thing is you need to communicate. I am really here to help you, and if you are struggling with any question, then please go to your inbox, write me a message, and please quote the code, this code, the 203HW011, when you struggle with a specific topic. It just makes it so much simpler for me to quickly know what you are busy with. So please quote that code for me and communicate with me that you are stuck. Don't try a question 100 times over if after the third try you're still getting it wrong. Communicate with me and ask for my help. The whole course is designed so that you can identify your problems and communicate them. If you don't communicate, I am not going to continuously look for students that are falling behind. If you're falling behind, you must communicate with me, and I am here to help. Please don't feel bad to contact me. I can't stress that enough. I know I might sound like I'm hammering the point, but I am hammering the point. So please make use of my facilities. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck, and I hope to hear from you soon.